Hey, this is Kodi Zene, and this is episode 6 in the Making Monochrome series. So now this is the first episode where we've kind of moved out of the beginning stages and what I've called the setup period, and we're finally moving into pre-production. First and foremost, writing. So behind the scenes with everything that's happened in previous episodes, I've been writing the monochrome screenplay off and on. That started in 2012. We did the cons in 2015, 2016, and now we're in 2017 in this video. And we've got our teaser trailer. It's winning awards. We've got our website. We've got our poster. We've been to the Comic-Cons. We've got over 500 people signed up, more than that, and starting to generate a fan base with that. And now the time has come to finally, okay, well, let's get serious about shooting a movie. And so with the writing and the script, writing, I love to write, but there are some days it's very hard to do so, and I think any writer will tell you that. It can be the hardest thing, I think, in all of this sometimes, and can be not my favorite sometimes, but I'd been writing and taking with what I'd learned with, writing to what is available and what we know based on all of the location research and us being out there with the footage that we did take, knowing how that would work. And I like structure, so I got this big board, and I'll do the postcards and kind of organize them that way, and the structure. I love the book Save the Cat. If you haven't read it, I strongly encourage anybody who's wanting to write screenplays or just writing in general or any kind of storytelling to read that book. I think it's amazing, and I kind of have that structure set up that way. And I do it semi-loosely. I'm not totally conformed to it, but I like to be able to look up and see, as my things are happening. In the screenplay, there were moments where I'm flashing back between present, modern day, and this dystopian time period. And where it very well could have worked, I started getting the feeling, what if we pulled out these flashback moments from this feature screenplay and create a movie based off of these. We'll film a short first. There's less at stake that way. It would be quote unquote easier to do. And so that's what we started doing, piece together a short film, a short monochrome film. This would be kind of the flashbacks of the origins of these characters and the world, and it's going to explain how the world gets to this falling apart dystopian time period. And be very informative. So I started pulling out the pieces and create this short. And as we went on more and more, we kept adding little pieces here and there. There'd be something with a character that I wanted to enhance on it more and more. And in the next episode, you'll find out more of the reasoning behind this, but the people we were meeting to play these characters, made us want to know more of that. So started fleshing it out, and there's a lot of different elements that go into a film when it comes to wanting to submit to festivals or just programming anything in general. You can't really be too short of a short, but if you're too long, if your short film is too long, or your feature is too short, or your feature is too long, programmers love to have this, target area that helps them program it with other like time frame, to fit in those slots. So as it went on, I'm looking at the script and like, okay, this is going to be a big short. It's going to be longer because we're filling it up. And eventually we got to the point where it was, maybe this isn't a short anymore. I think it's going to be an origin feature. And that's kind of what happened. We, added more and more scenes, and it felt enough to make it stand on its own, but still set up, the main feature to come after it. And so the short pulled from the main feature became its own feature to prologue, what's to come. And, finally with this kind of pre-production segment, the wardrobe, we knew obviously we're shooting in color, but in post it would be processed to black and white, and then we leave the color where we would want it. And I've learned a lot since the time period I'm speaking of now, what that needs to be. But we needed all of the wardrobe to stay away from any colored hues that are similar to skin tones. And obviously add that on with what you really shouldn't film in anyway, which is, patterns, that sort of thing. Like what I'm wearing right now, don't do that. And because when it goes to leaving the color in or taking it out, if you're wearing a shirt, like if I'm wearing a shirt right here that's red, and there's like a reddish in my skin, it's going to be hard to get that line. So we had to be very, very clear on what we needed the cast to wear, the extras to wear, and we were constantly taking photos and converting it to black and white and just see how they looked, because it would be easy to just wear all black, which is what we did for a while. If you look back through the previous episode, when we'd go to cons, our Isaac was wearing all black. And while that looks cool, when you're watching a video of it, there's no depth to it. There's nothing to break it up. You might see like the pocket lines just because they're worn and they become a lighter black, but you really need the colors that turn light gray or medium gray and almost black, and it was an experience. We're still experimenting with it now, but it was definitely a learning process. And we had our script and we had our locations ready to go, and we were getting the wardrobe sorted out, and it all started falling into place.